Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to another Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. We have befriended so many trolls, but we're not done yet. You thought we were done? No, the path to friendship never ends. Volume 7 of Business Flagrantly Illegal. Flagrantly illegal? Okay, sure. Ever since you were a kid back on Earth, you have always held the deep, close wish to one day travel the world. You wanted to see new places, experience exciting new tastes and altitudes and temperatures, maybe go scuba diving. You never imagined you would actually get the chance. That kind of cool stuff didn't happen to someone like you. Well, you're finally getting your wish. It's just a totally different world. Funny how life turns out. When you get back to Earth, well, you don't want to think about that. Who knows if it will ever even happen? You have really chilled out recently, found your place in the universe. Drifting from friend to friend, adventure to adventure. It's the only way to live. Sounds like someone's addicted to friendship. What are these names? Oh my god. Remele Namaaq and Konyyl Okimaw. Dude, check out their claw? Or the weird... Is that a glove? I don't even know what the heck. Okay, we're gonna befriend her first. Another high blood. Hope they don't try to murder us. You've wandered into a part of town that seems to have some culture going on. Culture with a capital C. There are a lot of bright neon lights and you can't read what the signs say. But you can see arcades, a performance space, and what looks like a movie theater. Perhaps more indie-oriented compared to the mall cinemas you've seen before. As you continue wandering, you come across a trendy-looking building with a placard outside that shows a little cartoon doodle of a fancy waiter holding out trays of snacks. You can't read what the words say, but you recognize the intergalactic signal for free food inside. Come on in. Whoa, I don't think it's quite free food, more like free art. You head inside and it appears to be an art gallery. It must be opening tonight because there are festive decorations up and a little table offering drinks and hors d'oeuvres. There are many other art appreciators here, and your adrenaline spikes when you realize that most of the trolls milling around are purple bloods. You're not sure if some paintings and snacks are worth the high chances of being maimed when chaotic violence breaks out. But as you're debating the merits of free food versus probable injury, someone approaches you. Oh, what's this, a fellow artist? You don't look like my other patrons. Are you lost? What is that word? She likes to add ease at the end. Or are you perhaps looking to start collecting? If you're loaded, ignore that first question. Art is for everyone after all, regardless of your blood color. What were her eyes? One of her eyes is missing and one of them has like 4. The 4 black pupils in her eye glint and sparkle, and you're not sure yet if it's a menacing or friendly sparkle. She grins at you and it shows all her teeth. So what do you think of the art? Have any paintings caught your eye? You look around. You don't know much about art, but you are a nerd. And a lot of the paintings in here remind you of scenes from popular movies and games back home. I mean, seriously, look at some of this art. It's pretty amazing. Art stunning, blah blah blah. Troll Mona Lisa who seems kind of derivative. I don't know what's better. She seems like someone that likes money. Maybe this will offend her if I say this. It seems kind of derivative. You clearly know nothing about art, plebe. Or pleb. If you don't like it, there's the door. Make room for someone with money to burn and better taste. Well, that ended as much, how I expected. Go away. Well, clearly she loves money more than art. Well, probably, I don't know. She loves money by selling art. The artwork is stunning, perhaps the best I've ever seen. Troll Mona Lisa, who? Haha, stop, you flatterer. She puts a hand on her hip and winks at you, and you're guessing here that she doesn't actually want you to stop. You're also making the connection that she must be the artist who painted all of these. Oh, she's selling her own art. She should meet up with, what's-her-face, the other artist. You sense an opportunity for friendship, so you lay it on thick and gush about how talented she is. Huh? I thought you looked like a dumbass when you walked in, but you have good taste after all. Let me show you around. You follow Remele through the gallery, swinging by the table with the free food first. It's pretty good by the standards you've come to expect on Alternia, but what you thought was wine at first glance is actually Fago. No thanks, who wants Fago? You may have noticed some themes in my exhibited work. I don't love clowns or gore as much as it may seem. that's just what I have for sale here. If you look at my work online, you'll see more of the full range of my art. But for this fancy gallery shit, Purple Bloods are some of my best customers. Those clowns fucking love art. They're rich as fuck. What the hell is that word? Fuck? Okay? And they'll buy anything as long as it's violent enough or features religious themes. You've seen the kind of destruction and mayhem that Purple Bloods are capable of, so you're surprised that she doesn't seem to mind being in a crowded gallery with so many of them, probably because they're rich as hell. Most other trolls you've interacted with have done their best to steer clear of the clown murder cult guys, at least when one of those hate romance relationships isn't on the table. Isn't it kind of dangerous to actively court them for our audience? Oh sure, they can be unpredictable, and keeping them happy requires some schmoozing. Occasionally, I have to pretend like I've drunk the Faygo and pull some religious references out of my ass. But it's nothing I can't handle. You can make a lot more money as an artist if you're not choosy about what you draw. One of my customers is this blue blood moron who only ever commissions me to draw low bloods and quadrants with other low bloods. Okay, weird kink. I've got him convinced I'm giving him a deal on his rate when he's actually paying 5 times what I charge anyone else. Haha. My point is, artistic integrity is for chumps. If you want to get ahead in this world, give the people what they want first. That strikes you as a depressing outlook on the creative process, but you're aware by now that idealism on Alternia tends to lead to shorter lifespans. And you have to admit, looking around at the crowd in this gallery, that her cynical approach seems to be working. You tell her that she sounds pretty business savvy in addition to talented, and she winks at you again. Thanks, I know. Wink and finger gun. Because I make bank doing shit like this, I'm able to fund my passion projects. You should really check out my webcomic. But before you can find out what her webcomic is about, she notices another troll that has been sidling up to you. As she approaches, she whips out what looks like a small recording device with a smile. Remele's face goes carefully blank as she crosses her arms over her chest. And how can I help you? Journal? What? Yes, hello there, Miss Namaaq. I'm with Alternia Nightly, and I must say, it looks like your first ever gallery exhibit has been a smashing success so far. The journalist's syrupy tone and innocuous words don't seem threatening to you, but you're picking up on some tense vibes from Remele, whose hair ribbon swings forward in front of her face aggressively. Of course it's a success, I never expected otherwise. Maybe not, but some in the art world have expressed surprise at the timing of this. Some have called it bold, considering that you're currently in the middle of a plagiarism controversy. Will you care to comment on the case against you by Trident Media? Instead of being caught off guard by the question sprung on her, Remele relaxes and laughs. Oh that psh! As if they have any kind of real evidence that I'm violating their precious intellectual property. All the characters I draw and profit from are entirely original, and Trident Media and their legislator are just mad about it because the whole internet knows that my storylines are better than the source material. Did you just admit that you're plagiarizing? Oops, I mean better than the unrelated creative works that my comics happen to bear a superficial resemblance to. Feel free to quote me on that. The reporter takes the quote and scuttles away. Remele seems unbothered, but you can't help but feel concerned for her. Copyright infringement is a serious business. Is your new friend in legal hot water? Hey, I have a lawyer. Do you need one? I have a lawyer friend? Nah, Alternia barely has any copyright protections to speak of. It's just that little pest Gorjak. Oh, that's the one! Trying to stir up shit as usual. The company behind his lawsuit wouldn't even care if he hadn't gotten involved. It's no big deal. Nothing I can't handle. You go back to following her around the gallery, keeping your distance whenever a purple blood comes up to compliment her on her work. You can tell that despite her confident attitude, Remele is still thinking about that journalist. She taps her foot and frowns at the paintings whenever there's a lull in conversation, throwing glances at the door that the journalist left through. You know, it's not like Alternia has a free press or credible newspapers. The reporter was probably hired by someone with a grudge to dig up dirt on me. I don't think it was Gorjak, actually. Too obvious. Amateurish. No, this stinks of my competition. The artistic establishment that thinks all I do is fan art and shouldn't be taken seriously as an artist. All of their paintings are in the museum across the street and they hate that I've managed to put up my own exhibit. Those stuck-up pretentious bold scrubs have been trying to sabotage me for so long. She turns to you, her hands balled up into fists, and the X in her eye flashing with passion. I've been waiting for the opportunity to strike back at them. If everyone is gonna accuse me of being a thief and a hack anyway, I might as well steal from them for real. But their security is tight, and I haven't had an accomplice. Until now. What do you say? Wanna help me pull off a risky art heist? Oh, well, there's 3 options. That's new. Is yes, fuck yes, or hell fucking yes. Let's go with yes first. Remele does one last round in her exhibit, saying goodbye to her patrons and grabbing her bag, which seems to be mostly art supplies, as you head out the door and onto the street. The museum that she wants to rob is at the end of the block in a much bigger, fancier building than the one you just walked out of. All the lights are off inside and it doesn't have any signs advertising current exhibits. We can do this one of 2 ways. Follow that journalist and steal the keys if she has them, or break in without them. I feel like the right way is to be subtle, so let's bust down the door first. All gung-ho. A heist sounds risky enough without spending extra time trying to pickpocket some keys. You suggest that if this crime is going to happen tonight, it should happen now, no time like the present. Good point. Let's go break into a museum. You scoot casually across the street to the museum on the corner. After seeing the kind of looks your unusual appearance draws from passerby, Remele takes some fabric from her bag and wraps it around your head. There, now people will probably just assume that you have horns. You're just embarrassed by them being tiny or malformed. Duck into that alcove shielding the museum's back door and wait for me. I'm gonna circle the block first, just so we seem less suspicious. Yeah, that's totally less suspicious. As you wait for Remele by the door, the reality of this caper settles in. You've been excited about the heist at first, because who wouldn't be excited by the opportunity to sneak around, steal some art, and stick it to the man, probably while a snazzy soundtrack played? But now you realize that in heist movies, they always have blueprints for the place they're gonna rob, and you have no blueprints. It seems like a dire sign. Before you can get too swept up in your worries, Remele returns. Does she have any idea how to get into this place? Because the door looks pretty unbust-downable to you. Yeah, I've got some tricks on my sleeve. I've never done this before, but it'll probably work. She reaches to her bag until she comes out with several paintbrushes of varying size, then crouches down and uses the skinniest one as a lockpick. It doesn't work, but then she selects a different paintbrush with different bristles and uses some of the bristles bunched together, and the lock clicks open. What kind of weird-ass lock is this? Ha! I'm great at this, but I could be an incredible thief if I decided to do that instead of art. You could be an art thief! Do you ever take the time to just sit back and acknowledge how great you are at everything you try to do? How much you trust yourself to never fuck up when it counts? We should all take time out of the day to just do that. You hope that the question is rhetorical because your honest answer is that no, you don't have a whole lot of experience acknowledging how great you are at everything you attempt. Your mental acknowledgements lately have mostly been the opposite of that. Maybe it wasn't rhetorical, because Remele stays crouched down like that for a second, looking at you like she wants an answer. When you eventually come up with an awkward shrug, she stands up and puts away her makeshift lockpick, dusting off her hands and opening the door. I guess not everyone can be at my confidence level. Anyway, let's go. Holy crap, what is the security? You follow her inside. Much to your delight, you'll see that this museum has an infrared laser beam alarm system. Yes, how great. It looks so cool, just like in the movies, and you're back to being excited. Remele seems into it too, bouncing on the balls of her feet next to you. Interesting. Very interesting. One of us is going to have to get through these beams to disable the alarm. Are you suggesting me? The box to do it is across the room there, see? But these lasers are so close together. You can see the issue. Remele isn't that tall for a troll, but she might be too tall to maneuver through these beams. Even if she bends over, it's going to be tricky for her to squirm through them all without losing her balance and tripping the alarm. But the trolls that designed this alarm system didn't have your hornless ass in mind when they thought of potential intruders. You stoop over a bit and see if you'll fit, and sure enough, yes, you should be able to shimmy your way through these beams with minimal contortion. Fuck yeah, I knew I was right to bring an accomplice. Great thinking, me. And great heist skills, you, if you pull this off. You recall what she said about confidence and trusting yourself to not fuck things up, and assure her that you've got this. You face the laser beams with your self-doubt shoved all the way down, where hopefully it won't screw anything up for you. You took a deep breath and crouched down and carefully, so carefully, inch your way forward between the wires. It's the slowest you've ever crossed a room in your life, and there are a couple of moments when you teeter and almost lose your balance. You can hear Remele hissing through her teeth behind you at tense moments, but you press on without looking back. And then you've done it! You reach the box to disable the alarm system, and you have no idea how you're gonna do that. All the buttons are labeled in an alien alphabet. Crap. Oh, that's right, I forgot you can't read. Press the one that looks like, a meat hook but with angry eyes? And then press the one that looks like a meat hook but it's got beast claws? That should do it. That sounds bonkers to you, but you look back at the buttons and her descriptions of the letters were actually pretty spot on. Oh, okay, cool. You press the angry eyes and the cat claws, and the whole alarm system makes a soft shuddering noise and clicks and shuts off. You are thrilled. You did it. Who knew that doing something right could give you such a rush? This is just like the part of the heist where the heroes had to sweat for a minute, but then defeated the unforeseen wrench in their plan. You are certain that there couldn't possibly be any larger wrenches in your plan still to come. Remele crosses the room to join you, giving you an appraising look with her hands on her hips. Not bad. Thanks for coming through for me like that. Now let's get what we came here for. There's one work in particular that I'm here to get. You follow her through the different galleries, passing through sculpture rooms and oil paintings until you reach a display of pieces that look inspired by pop culture. The paintings and prints in here remind you a lot of Remele's exhibit, and when you look at her, you can see that she's rigid, her eyes flashing, and a passionate blue tint to her cheeks. I can't believe they called me the hack. Such bullshit. Whatever, it's cool. It doesn't actually bother me. I just need to send a message that they don't want to fuck with me. This painting right here is a direct rip-off of one of my early works, back when I was naive enough to put my art up for free, without realizing it would just get copied and someone else would get all the credit and the profit. Well, I learned my lesson. I'll take this so they can't sell it, rip off their rip-off, make something even better, and turn it over for a truckload of cash. Okay, she just stole a painting. She grabs the painting, and just when the two of you are ready to heist roll out of there, you hear voices at the back door, and what sounds like a team of security guards coming in. They must have arrived to investigate the alarm system shutting down. What the hell? Then why we even shut it down? You're ready to embrace your panic, but you stop hyperventilating when you feel Remele's vice-like claw grip on your arm. Don't freak out. Follow my lead, and we can still get out of this. You assume that the whole heist is off now that security has shown up, but to your surprise, Remele doesn't put the stolen painting back on the wall. She gives your arm one last reassuring squeeze before sauntering out of the room with her head held high, moseying with no hurry towards the front door. You follow her nonchalant lead as best you can. When one of the security guards stops her, Remele gives him a condescending, slightly confused look. What are you even doing here? My assistant told me she informed all staff that I would be swinging by today to pick this up. Did you miss that memo? Give me a break, I'm sure it must be easy to miss things, right? Because as a security guard, you'll probably get so much important correspondence every day. Her four pupils somehow give her sneering eye roll extra sarcastic force. She yawns and with her free hand not holding the painting, flicks some non-existent dirt off her shirt. The security tro, a burgundy blood judging from the sign on his cop hat, looks uncertain and embarrassed. But I get it. I understand cross wires. Since you're apparently too busy to do your job right, I'll catch you up to speed. I'm the artist behind this piece, and I've got a wealthy patron interested in commissioning something similar. I'm taking this as a reference in order to negotiate a better deal. There is absolutely no way these guys will buy her story. The two of you look so guilty, and you still have her yellow sash wrapped around your head, probably looking like an idiot with a head injury. But Remele is staring down this guard like it hasn't even occurred to her that she might be questioned. You've never seen someone double down so hard on a story that is such transparent bullshit. If you want to waste more of my time, and yours, by calling your superior to verify, go ahead. He might not be thrilled that this mix-up happened because you can't keep up with your emails though. The security troll was already wavering, and at the mention of his emails, he cringes. His co-workers behind him shuffle around muttering to each other. He steps back, horns lowered in embarrassment, and waves you and Remele through with a mumbled apology. You can't believe this is happening, but the two of you swagger out to the street through the front door, legitimate as anything. You don't stop until you've turned the corner to the next block, and then Remele leans against a wall and laughs, holding her painting happily to her chest. Haha, suckers. Feels good to get away with things, doesn't it? It does feel good, you suppose. Mostly you think you're still reeling? How does she come up with a story like that on the fly? Well, this might not be her first time doing that kind of thing. How does she guess correctly that the security guard wasn't some hyper-organized inbox zero kind of guy who never believed that he could have missed a message? Remele gives you an odd look and reaches forward to unwind her sash from around your head and stuff it in her bag. I just winged it, man. You overthink things. My guesses are usually right because I'm a creative genius, but if going after him for emails hadn't worked, meh. I guess we have been arrested and then I talked my way out of that eventually too. What the hell, you should have been the lawyer. Wow, you find it hard to believe that she goes through life so easily? With that kind of unshakable belief that she can improvise through anything? Doesn't she worry that it'll catch up with her someday? You want the long answer? It's this. Nope, I super don't. And if you still don't get it, I don't know if it's the kind of thing you can really learn. She picks up the painting again, looking down the street and away from you. Well, that was a successful heist. Now that I've ruined the competition, I feel inspired. I'm gonna take this home and paint. Wait, hang on. With a sinking feeling, you realize that she's getting ready to depart and that this friendship might be slipping through your fingers. Sorry kid, you seem like you're not totally useless at least, but I'm not one for long-term artist collaboration. It's a lot easier to talk your way out of tight spots when you're on your own. Peace! Well, that was weird. You watch her go, your shoulders sagging with disappointment. You guys stole from my museum together, escaped together, bamboozled the cops together. You should have bonded over your shared transgressions and culpability. Every crime movie you've ever seen has taught you that heists bring people closer together, but cultural differences? Okay, but that was a shocking twist, because I thought we totally would have been friends after we stole some shit together, but apparently not. So I don't know why this time they give us 3 choices, unless there's either an extra ending, or 2 of them lead to the same ending, so we chose yes last time, so now we're gonna be like, fuck yes. Remele does one last round. Is it the same thing? Looks like the same thing. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay, so I think all the yeses might actually just lead to this, so I don't know why they give us 3 options. Okay, but I guess we should explore all of them. We've said yes, we said fuck yes, now we're gonna say hell fucking yes. Which will probably do the same thing. I don't know why they give us different options. That doesn't even give like a different dialogue. Well, what's the point? You just want to see how gung-ho I was about the whole heist thing? Because I don't see the point. But as I said, the right way to do a heist is to steal the damn keys and go for stealth. You would much rather walk through an unlocked door than try to bust it down, and the reporter is still in sight, turning a corner down the street. You try to imitate Remele's casual yet confident way of walking, like she could blend in anywhere and pull off anything. But despite your efforts to not attract suspicion, you keep getting looks. Not being the same species as everyone around you tends to make you stand out. Shit, this could be a problem. I can put together a disguise for you, hang on. You watch as she starts pulling things from her bag. She seems to have all sorts of things in there, from paintbrushes to blobs of clay to paint. And you think she might be putting together some fake horns for you from scratch real quick? But before she can finish, you realize that one of the purple bloods about to walk into Remele's gallery is staring at you. He looks vaguely familiar, and you realize a little too late where you've met before when he starts walking towards you. Is it Gorgor? You! I remember you. You broke into my apartment! Whoa, hold up, what the hell is this? Oh no! It's the same troll that you and Felipa escaped from. You back away as he advances, a lazy grin on his face. Remele glances from him to you and back to him again. Well, fuck. Looks like I'm not going to have an accomplice after all. Sorry, pal. What? She hoists her bag over her shoulder and shrugs her hands in a "what can you do" gesture. Then she's gone, the big purple blood paying her no mind as she absconds. You want to feel betrayed, but it's hard to blame her considering how scary this guy is. In your heart, you know that you're dead already, but you're not going to accept your fate without attempting to prevent it. You make a mad dash to escape, sprinting towards a skinny alleyway and thinking that maybe you can scamper up a fire escape or something. Do they even have fire escapes? Unfortunately, your attacker's size doesn't seem to slow him down, and you can hear his heavy footfalls right behind you. He laughs, and it somehow sounds dopey and dumb and completely terrifying at the same time. You make it— is this the same freaking alley? You make it to the alley, but you fucked up because it's a dead end and you don't see anything you could use to clamber to high enough ground. Where are those other two trolls who live in the trash land? Can they help us out really quick? You turn to face them, hopelessness sinking down to your toes. Your scrappy alien tenure on this hazardous new planet is about to come to a messy end. The purple blood swings his massive club lazily in one hand. Why does he even walk around with a freaking club? Lazily in one hand as he approaches you, not bothering to run anymore. You drop into a fighting crouch, trying to think back to your 3rd grade karate lessons for any moves that might be useful. But before he can crush your skull in you, crush your skull in you? Crush your skull in, you see a flash of movement behind him. Come on, people. He staggers, dropping the club as something hits him from behind. As much as I appreciate inspiring my fans, I'm gonna have to ask you not to interpret my art so literally, as in no murdering. Remele springs off the troll's back after clawing him and rolls to the side, avoiding his swinging fist. She grasps for his club, which is almost as long as she is tall, but before she can use it, his next blow catches her below the ribcage, sending her flying across the alley and into the brick wall. She's on her feet again fast, but you can tell that she's injured, and now she doesn't have the element of surprise at her side. The purple blood turns his back on you as he closes in on Remele, laughing again. You can't let him kill her, not when she came back for you, but you have no idea how you can help here. Your eyes land on Remele's bag, tossed to the side in the melee, and in desperation, you grab a loose paintbrush that rolled out of it. You dive forward with a battle cry and stab the end of the paintbrush deep into the high blood's calf. Okay, I didn't know the paintbrushes were that sharp. Violet blood squirts you in the face. He yells and you manage to roll away just in time to avoid getting smacked. The slight stab wound hasn't slowed him down much, but it's given Remele a chance to dive out of his range, and while he's still trying to grab you, she gets a hold of his club again. Oh damn, it's a big club! She's stronger than she looks, strong enough to get a good wind up with that thing, and when he turns toward her, she brings it down hard onto his skull. Well, he's dead. Oh, he's so dead. It takes a few more good smashes before the troll finally stops groaning and twitching. Remele breathes heavily, wiping blood splatter off her forehead. She looks up, meeting your eyes. You are absolutely positive that this is the most dramatic way you have ever been rescued. You can't believe she came back and risked her life for you. Pfft, the whole man shit it. I need an accomplice, right? I said rice. Rice? She drops the club and staggers over to you, pausing to spit out cerulean blood. You remember that she took some damage and hurry to support her, offering her your weak human arm to lean on. Is she going to be okay? I'll be fine. Ceruleans are tough to cull, even for a wannabe subjugulator. She tilts her head, looking down at the way her blood swirls with the larger quantities of purple blood pooling on the asphalt. Huh, that's actually not bad as an artistic medium. The colors and textures work well together. Maybe that blue blood kid from Chitter is onto something. What? What are you talking about? Anyway, thanks for having my back with that paintbrush. That took some quick thinking. We make an okay team. I've never killed anyone before, but that kind of ruled, didn't? Yes, let's celebrate murder. You're not sure that you would choose those exact words, but you're pretty relieved right now. You might not have the bloodthirsty glint in your eyes that Remele does, but maybe you can interpret your adrenaline shakes as euphoric overload or something. Hell yeah, me too. I can see why people get into this killing business. Wow, someone's having their first kill high. If I wasn't such a great artist, I'd consider switching careers. Perhaps you should get into contact with Palipa. But sometimes when you're good at too many things, you have to pick one and stick to it. So no professional assassinations for me. I'm still determined to rob the shit out of my competitors, though. And you, now that we've killed someone together, it just makes sense for us to stay partners in crime, right? Well, you know, those that kill together do stay together. Your heart leaps at the implication that she wants to stick together. You truly do not mind breaking every law in the books if it means she'll be your friend. I mean, I already have an assassin friend, so hey, why not? Nice. We probably don't need to go around breaking every law. I just want to steal some art. But maybe we can reschedule the heist for another day? This neighborhood will be crawling with drones as soon as they realize the High Blood was killed. You feel bad that this troll attempting to slaughter you ruined Remele's gallery opening? Oh, are you kidding? My customer base loves this kind of shit. Mara will get even more of a violent reputation when word gets out that someone died at my first gallery show. That's metal as fuck. You limp out of the alley, supporting Remele with your arm around her waist, and she directs you to the back entrance of her gallery where the two of you can clean off the blood and hide until the drones and the crowds are gone. Wow, we got clean real fast. If you don't mind, you can lie low at my place for a few days while we plan this heist. And I might as well get some work done while we wait and scheme. That fight was pretty inspiring. You're already my accomplice, so how would you feel about also being my muse? Oh, I would love that shit. Victory! Look at this, this is more blood! Well, Remele was a bit of a peculiar cerulean blood troll, and now we're gonna try to befriend this super scary looking person with massive claws, man. Right now your travels have brought you to what appears to be a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either, just pretty average. Well, I mean, like, what the hell? What is that? A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road, and behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting for? Or waiting here for? Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for, provided she's been waiting for a new friend. But honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is going to work on this girl. Why are they hiding behind the freaking bushes? Of course not. What was I thinking? This is so infuriating. She's so late. I'm so bored. Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub. But they have a cool theme song though, that's for sure. Don't be stupid. My clients value discretion. What? What do you mean your clients? I have to lay low. The shrub hardly manages to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Neither is asking random passerby whether they are her client. Not that you can talk. Accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your whole deal. If you aren't Country Lady 453... Is this, oh god, what's her name? I forgot her name. Is this, you know, the cowgirl lady? what the hell they're called? Her dog, literally called Lady. Then who is? Country Lady 453? That almost sounds like this girl. This was about Skyla. Sorry I'm late. I love how like all the trolls you befriended are like coming together now. What incarnation? They should have made this joke last time. You know that genteel charm anywhere. Well, my stars. I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. Me neither, but I'm so happy to see you. What a masterful coincidence. You are incredibly glad to see Skyla, and Lady too, all unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush? Maybe find your own? Sorry, but I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Oh, greatest line ever. I am the business your bush has been looking for. We should say that to everyone we meet. Wait, what? Your country lady? The very same. She is a country lady. The name's Skyla Koraga. Pleasure to meet ya. Pleasure to meet ya. Ugh. I didn't think you'd be a bronze. Hey, don't discriminate. I've forgotten that before, honestly. Also, by the by, this concerns them too. She puts her hand on your shoulder. It does? It does? Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lucis. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. What kind of business is going on here? But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? Right, well, the bandits didn't get Lady. But other kids haven't been so lucky. Are they a mercenary or like some kind of like thing for hire? Lowbloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the bandits' base of operations and I want you to take them out. Permanently and painfully. Konyl's mouth moves silently like she is trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation. Then she catches up and a slow grin spreads over her face. Yeah, I like painful. And permanent. But wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's losses? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves. Since there's no hope for of the heirs or the drones doing anything to stop the bandits. And they all elected me as a spokestroll, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook. I can't believe you came all the way to the city from the countryside just to execute this mission. Okay, sure. I guess the why isn't important. How much you got? How much are you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowbloods could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties. Someone's not very nice. Lady starts to growl and Skyla puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, lady. We expected this, didn't we? We were hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Oh, Skyla, you're so naive. Konyyl laughs so hard that she spits. Skyla winces. You got a pan disorder? If you think I take any charity cases, I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your compliments to yourself, Missy. That wasn't... I didn't mean to say that out loud. Why don't you just go find the bandits yourself? You know full well I don't have the means. But you do. It'd be a walk in the recreation field for you. If you weren't so nasty and selfish. Or maybe you're scared. You. I'll show you scared. Guys, let's not fight here. Oh hell, they look like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse this situation. Works on spec, what does that even mean? Tell them you know people. Tell them, I know people, guys, okay? You mentioned that you are important, a real mover and shaker in the Alternian economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. I mean, it's a half-truth. Some of them are rich, or have giant internet followings, or are just very, very enthusiastic about meat. The point is, you know people. Wow, that's really generous of you. Offering to leverage your relationships for my sake? Well, you're my friend, Skyla. I knew I didn't make a mistake trusting you. Well, that's a different story. I guess. Why do you call up all your fancy friends? Oh, fuck. You don't have a phone. Oh, yeah, sure, that's the problem. Do you have any confidence that if you call them, they actually come? Because I have no confidence they actually come. Apparently, all the friends we made actually will come to our aid if we ask them, but it's the problem is we don't have a phone. I mean, I don't believe that for a hot second, but who the hell knows? Okay, we're gonna ask Konyyl if she works on spec, which I don't know what that means. What? I don't work on spec? I'm only licensed at Alternia. What? Is that a joke? Just kidding, I don't have a license. You explained to Konyyl that working on spec means doing some work for free in hopes that you are going to be paid later. I have never heard of that. You say it's unlikely that the bandits only go after Lucy. That would be totally ridiculous when there's so many other things in the world to steal. Like money. They probably have just heaps of money in their hideout, and if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skyla doesn't want it. She just wants to save the Lucy. You're so dang convincing that you almost convince yourself. I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over. You let out a scandalous gasp to convey just what an untoward accusation that is. You're shocked. Shocked. Fine. Anything to get away from this stupid bush. No one told you to go by the bush. She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car. Whoop, feel bad for that person. But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. And if there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter. And squeeze. Until your weirdly colored eyes pop out. Yikes, you believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You've got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Right now, apparently. Oh my god. Konyyl kicks at another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she is managing it. She's taking it out on the shrubbery instead of you or Skyla. We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming. What? Excuse me? Lady starts growling again and Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Konyyl gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems like she should be able to. You aren't coming. You just get in my way. You're distracting. Why? Because you got a crush on her? Skyla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit. That is not what I meant. Ugh. You keep tricking me. I just meant that you'll probably stop to save some bark beast wrigglers and get us all cold. Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Oh, so elegant. Fine. I'm counting on you two. Bye, Skyla. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies. You know how shit works. But Konyyl just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while, then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city, past along stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Konyyl. She tells you to shut up, so you do. There's a giant... Oh, it's like some kind of plane? Wow. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Beside it is something much more impressive. A sleek black spacecraft, not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk. Oh, holy shit. Is that an adult? What, the ship? No, dang yes. You follow her frenzied gaze and, oh, right. The troll beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin a darker gray, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow, they all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't routine. Death? Dismemberment? And like 4 different relationship dynamics? If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Wait, hold up. You're saying where you're from you live with adults? Yeah? You all live on the same planet? Sure do. Huh. Well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer. You and Konyyl sidle up close enough to get to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Lucy. Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult. I mean, I am great at rushing in without giving it any thought. That doesn't sound like a compliment. You just insulted yourself, you just roasted yourself. But I'm not a total moron. The two trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and heading back into the warehouse together. So what do you think? What should we do? Huh? You? Konyyl is the expert here. Yeah, no shit. For punching? I am also good at slashing. But as Daja always does the thinking. As who? And the planning. He's the one with the I-beams and the big think pan. Wait, are you the other assassination duo that was mentioned before? Don't tell me I said that. Please? You sure you couldn't tell as Daja anything at all because you don't know who he is? Oh, right. As Daja is a frustrating Boj Lord loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my mate spirit and we have been together for sweeps. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some dumb bullshit. So I need to be the pants of the operation, okay? Please, do this for me. Oh dear. Well, oh boy. Let's search the spaceship, that weird looking bug thing. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. You reason it would probably be best to check who that space cruiser check out that space cruiser was empty, since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse. Yeah, that works for me. You suspect that Konyyl would have agreed to anything you suggested just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself. What a mood. As the kids say these days, big worm. Yes, that is what the kids say these days, big worm. Berm, so to speak, you know. There are so many tough decisions in your life recently. You're worried that the spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins, but the door glides open easily and silently. Konyyl leads the way and you let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough, a pilot's and co-pilot's seat, a central panel covered in more of the squiggly Alternian language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, it is remarkably bare of any homey touches. Not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was very nicely decorated. You've got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More to the point, there's absolutely nothing of value here. Konyyl can tell also. There's no point to being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse. Okay, fair. You have no idea what you're doing, and you're sick of pretending that you do. You wish you could just take a breather, honestly. The strange compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you're pretty exhausted. Let's just... Fuck. Oh, wow, that's kind of forward, Konyyl. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet? Okay, oh, calm down, you gigantic tool. I mean... Oh, fuck. That's an adult troll and we are definitely going to die. That's why I said the fuck word. Oh. Fuck, that is a big troll. Konyyl is pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. If someone fed you truth serum and put a gun to your head, you might even describe her as thick. This troll is fucking terrifying and she looks pissed. Or maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. A lot of teeth. Oh, smuggler. Who told you could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wrigglers. Who are you calling ugly? Konyyl immediately slaps a claw gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she is shouting at. The adult troll growls, and you don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls, a deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear. Blink and code. You're pretty much constantly braced for death, but that doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of springing forward and rending you to pieces, the adult just stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll. Take a picture, it'll last longer. The last thing you remember is those blazing eyes. Then even that fades and you slip away. Did I just get murdered? When you thrash back into consciousness, Konyyl is right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, drumming metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is utterly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrists together. Someone is swearing. Oh, fuck. You strain to see around Konnyll's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot's seat, and the console is lit up. You realize what the drumming in the walls mean. The ship is moving. You see the sickly green-gray of the Alternian night sky, and your stomach does a disoriented leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you're actually going to space, and finally heading somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you felt when you were first leaving Earth, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you. And your new prospective friend is just sitting here like she's hypnotized. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fell asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? I don't know, dude. The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. The Lucy shipment is on schedule. No, don't worry. Everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult troll's fingers fly over the consoles. No, what the hell? I don't know, it's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck. What's happening? Konyyl's grip on you loosens. She pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What? What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest back control of her ship. The whole thing shudders again, and yours and Konyyl's heads bunk together. Ow! The ship bucks again. It feels less like engine failure and more like a gigantic baby is shaking it like a rattle. Maybe it is. And you're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden and unexpected flare of understanding and competency, because this isn't the first time this has happened to you. Oh, that's true, I've crash landed once before. This is exactly how you crash landed at Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business, when your ship decided it wanted nothing better than to just snap its reins, toss its wild head, and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below you. You push yourself to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship whirls. You grab Konyyll's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing green sigil on the wall. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, what are you? Oh, let go of me. Absolutely not. If you do that, you will not be able to be friends with her, because she'll be dead. With a strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. Ugh, we won't fit. You will. You do. But it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at a very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Konyyl and press the big red button on the wall. An alarm sounds, and you hear the adult say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. You shudder back down toward Alternia, Konyyll's weight crushing your delicate rib cage. Poor rib cage. You're surprised it hasn't sued you for damages yet. Wow, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's def a thing. Unfortunately, you judge from Konyyll's swearing and muttered death threats that this is not one of those times. What? Did we die or what? What the hell was that? I don't know what kind of hell ending that was, but I guess we died, because I know we escaped, but I don't know. It's clearly not the right thing to do. Instead, we're gonna follow the pirate into the warehouse where all the goodies are. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. You get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me." Maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics even when you aren't healing from broken ribs. How long are those broken ribs gonna take to heal? It's been volumes, okay? And also, what's her face healed them for us? What the hell? But fantasy James Bond, you sure can. Konyyl doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway toward the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing too. Through the window in the door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, and a few more are sitting at a table and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and little colorful shells. Oh come on, there's not even that many. There's an adult troll though, although I guess we don't know that yet. We can take them. Well, actually we do know, because when we came here, they were adult trolls talking, so you know that. Ugh. I forgot you weren't my partner, you're just dead weight. Excuse you, you're the one that brought me along. No real argument there. Philippa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Konyyl would have been so hot to take the job if it hadn't been for Skyla's, vibes. Yeah, that's the word, vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally. Konyyl is already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Konyyl that you definitely know what the fuck you are doing. What? Where are you going? You've been down this road before, with Demon and your meat guest through the sewers. Oh, I know, from the very first volume, them good old days. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Konyyl gets annoyed much faster than your other friend if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT/hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fuck and... oh god damn it. You're so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open the door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. You idiot! Somehow in your random quest through the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic! This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when all the bandits just stare at you and Konyyl, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you have achieved. Thank fuck. We should have just done this from the beginning. Oh jeez, she's murdering them already. You've got into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well, mostly if you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Konyyl, she is brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Oh, holy crap, there's a lot of different blood colors too. Multicolored blood flies. And god, you know these are bad guys. They've been stealing Lucy and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're kind of just a bunch of kids getting massacred. When you say it that way, you don't feel great about it? In fact, you think you might need to sit down for a little bit. Oh, there's so many different colored blood trolls in here. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor. You are clammy all over. Heh, pathetic. Konyyl pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you... Ugh, are you serious? Come on. You try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get words out. Am I having a panic attack? You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters. Or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever. If you learned anything from this experience, it's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Konyyl looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Konyyl pushes your head down until it's between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot. You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who's just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Heh. Daja freaked out his first fight too. It wasn't even bloody. And the little wriggler passed out. I guess some blood casts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kinda wish she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You're having a hard time reconciling this Konyyl with the one who has snarled at Skyla for being too nice. I'm multifaceted. Also, fuck her. Which reminds me. She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Korriga, got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course it worked fast. Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Ugh. Save it for your Christmases. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Oh, they're gonna be Christmases. Konnyl's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid. I barely know her. You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Konyyl forgetting about Dove means less murder, you are all about it. There's no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Konyyl also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came in here looking to be paid and... Nope, she's looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything here. But that fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You're just trying to not think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Konyyl wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually going to squeeze you. It would just be too easy. Like squishing a March bug. Fuck, yes, safe by being pitiful. I doubt you have any money anyway. I mean, you are wearing an ablution robe. True. Konyyl helps you to your feet. You kinda want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting, with her doing both of those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people, for worse reasons. Oh. Here. Why don't you take one of these? She hands you one of the palm husks. Finally, a phone! Now I can contact all my friends. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone? Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. Oh my god, oh, awkward. This way we can keep in touch. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level. Like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything. Oh, I finally have a way to contact all the friends I made. You are sure if she's making a joke? Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot? That's okay, you can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it. Oh, look at that, I killed it. Write my number. Look at that, guys, we finally have a phone or a palm house, and now we can contact all the friends that we have made. Well, guys, that's another True Trolls befriended. This one was a bit of a weirder one. I mean, not like the other ones aren't weird, but like this one we had, God, I can't remember their names. I can never remember the names because they're impossible to pronounce, so my brain can't even like store them in memory. But like the Cerulean Blood that we befriended, the artist, they were definitely, you know, very in key with what a blue blood would be like, or cerulean blood. I don't know what's the difference. I think the same thing, right? But they're also the artists, which I think Amnesia, what's her name, was also a cerulean blood, and she was also an artist. So it seemed a bit like recycling characters, don't you think? But I don't know. They could be friends, you know. Now that we befriended that we actually have a phone and everything, we can maybe you know, organize a meetup and we could just all hang out and be totally chilled and whatnot. And then, so I think Konyyl and then her assassin friend slash partner probably, as Daja, is probably the other assassin duel that I think Polipa was talking about, because she was definitely talking about another one. But I don't remember the details, but I think she did say that it was another olive blood and somebody or some crap like that. I don't know. But these two are probably the other assassin duo. So we met one half of them, and then there's apparently another Choka as Daja that we will probably meet, but we have not yet met yet. And I think we should be nearly halfway to meeting all the trolls. So now that we finally have a Palmas, we can hopefully call back up. I bet that's what the finale is going to be. The last Friend Volume is going to be some kind of mess that we get ourselves into, because what else are we going to do? And then we're going to call all our friends, and then we're going to have some kind of weird final battle. Probably, I don't know. So that is it for Volume 7 of Hiveswap Friendship Simulator. So I will leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will talk to you all next time.